From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordeau, and this is your News 8 Daily for Thursday, December 5th. We had incredibly strong wind overnight. The wind advisory is now done, but we have frigid temperatures in the teens this morning with the breezy winds still sticking around a bit. It's going to feel well below 20 all day long. Gusts could be up to 20 to 30 miles per hour at times, which is an improvement from the 60 miles per hour that we had overnight.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
The holidays are all about sharing with family. Meals, couches, stories, Grandma's secret pecan pie recipe. And now you can also share a cart with Instacart Family Carts. Everyone can add what they want to one group cart from wherever they are. So you don't have to go from room to room to find out who wants cranberry sauce, or whether you should get mini marshmallows for the yams, or collecting votes for sugar cookies versus shortbread. Just share a cart, and then share the meals and the moments. Download the Instacart app and get delivery in as fast as 30 minutes. Plus, enjoy free delivery on your first 3 orders. Service fees and terms apply.
Police say a man with a machete knew who he was going after in a chaotic attack that ended with him dead of police gunfire. It happened at an East Side Indianapolis business park yesterday. We're working to unspool the new details this morning. News 8's Hernan Gutierrez is in our newsroom with the latest information, and investigators feel this was not random at all.
IMPD says the machete-wielding man knew both the people he hurt, a man and a woman. The names of the attacker and the 2 victims have not been released yet. Last we heard, both victims are stable in the hospital. This happened yesterday afternoon at a business park near Shadeland Avenue and Brookville Road. IMPD says the attacker rammed his car into another, hurting the man inside the car. When the woman got out, that's when police say the suspect hit her in the head and body with the machete. Police arrived on the scene, and IMPD says the man with the machete ignored calls from officers to drop the knife and then started to move quickly toward police. That's when an officer shot him. IMPD Police Chief Chris Bailey says this may have started from a domestic incident.
This is never should never be the end to whatever's occurring in your life or whatever's occurring in any kind of relationship, especially deadly violence like this. We're lucky we didn't have a couple of our neighbors killed as a result of this person's actions.
Police say the attacker was a former employee at one of the businesses in the business park. Investigators believe he was waiting for the man and woman to leave work. Police say the suspect also told someone at the scene that they were about to witness suicide by cop. No officers were hurt yesterday. The officer who shot the man is on administrative leave pending an investigation. That is a standard practice after a police shooting.
IT-Mate is in the courtroom as the trial of 2 Indianapolis police officers takes a major turn. The prosecution has rested, and now the defense is making its case. IT-Mate's Cody Fisher walks us through the testimony from one of the officers about the death of a man in custody.
Officer Steven Sanchez says that he never heard Herman Whitfield III say that he could not breathe. And he said that he never thought that Whitfield was in a medical emergency and that he actually was trying to make sure that Whitfield could breathe by making sure that his head was turned to the side. And he said that after he was cuffed by himself and the other officers, Sanchez was not putting any pressure on Whitfield's back. Now, before Sanchez was called to the stand, the defense called an IMPD instructor who teaches officers how to use physical tactics. Now, he testified that officers Sanchez and Ahmad followed IMPD policy every step of the way, saying it was reasonable to keep him in a prone position after being cuffed because Whitfield still posed a potential threat since he had just been acting erratically and charged at officers, and that he could have had the potential to get up and still attack them. Now, that testimony is in direct direct contrast to the use of force expert called by the prosecution today, who testified that once officers cuffed Whitfield, the fight was over and he was no longer a threat, and that they should have immediately moved him into a recovery position for him to breathe. The use of a recovery and prone position is being challenged by the defense. They called a biomedical engineer who has a PhD but not a medical degree and has published papers on people dying in police custody, and he has studied how breathing impacts those people dying. Now, he testified that the use of a prone position had no impact on Herman Whitfield III's death, saying that he still would have been able to breathe in the prone position, and that actually it would have been bad for officers to move him into a recovery position on his side. The defense is expected to finish presenting evidence on Thursday, with closing arguments from both sides starting first thing Friday morning. Reporting at the Marion County Courthouse. For ITMate, I'm Cody Fisher for Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook for updates.
Police in New York City are searching for a man they say shot and killed United Healthcare CEO on a busy street in what investigators call a brazen and targeted attack. Security camera video shows the moments leading up to the shooting of Brian Thompson. It happened yesterday morning just before 7. Police say they believe the gunman watched and waited for Thompson.
Every indication is that this was a premeditated, pre-planned, targeted attack. Many people passed the suspect, but he appeared to wait for his intended target.
Police say the shooter ran from that scene, grabbed an electric bike, and got away by riding into Central Park. News 8's Kyla Russell talked to a retired FBI agent here in Indianapolis about the CEO shooting. He explains that time and technology will be key to solving it.
Some sort of a disgruntled person, be it an employee or a policy holder, that's somebody that clearly had a grudge with this guy, because this was a targeted attack.
Coons said there are a few key signs that indicate an attack like this is targeted, especially in this case.
Seen lurking in the area for quite some time. So if somebody knows what they're doing, they're going to do their homework. So they've probably done some surveillance. They know their travel routes and patterns and life patterns.
Coons also said he believes the gunman's firearm malfunctioned and that his handling of it shows he'd had experience with guns before.
There's a variety of ways it can happen, but usually what happens, it's called a stovepipe, where the last round fails to eject completely, and as the next one comes up, it gets pinched in the chamber.
Coons believes this could take months to solve, and what's essential now is establishing a timeline. Digital evidence will be key to that.
New York, in that area specifically, I think there's more cameras there than probably anywhere else in the world, and law enforcement should be able to put together a trail based on this camera saw him from here to here, and this business captured him from here to there, and so on and so forth. It might take a while to track down, but hopefully they'll find some clues.
I'm Kyla Russell for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
New this morning, a house is badly damaged, but it appears no one is severely injured after a frightening scene in Bargersville. The fire department is sharing pictures and details, saying a truck hit a pickup, then slammed into a home. It happened early yesterday evening near State Road 144 and Whiteland Road. The fire department reports the driver who hit the house went to the hospital to be checked out. No one else is hurt. State police are asking you to keep your Christmas lights on your house and off your car. Troopers tell us hanging Christmas lights on vehicles is illegal. It can be distracting and may even lead other drivers to mistake your ride for a police car, fire truck, or ambulance. Our team talked to a trooper who's getting some guff about enforcing the law, and to a man who's been installing those lights and is now frustrated.
A little bit of a backlash, I guess you could say. Apparently my new nickname is Sergeant Grinch. I was dropped off with my new license plate here. I guess I'm gonna have to put on the front of my car.
Bah humbug. It seems like the state's trying to be a Grinch. I do understand that there's laws in place, codes and certain things for the state. My initial reaction, though, is that there's many distracted drivers.
Troopers also say adding extra lights to your car or truck can make your actual brake lights, headlights, and turn signals harder to see. If you do put lights on your car, you could face a fine. A Hamilton County holiday tradition is back for its 6th year, a Merry Prairie holiday at Conner Prairie. News 8's Colin Bailey is there.
It's a little cold outside, so we had to make our way inside, but that's one of the cool things here at Conner Prairie is when you're walking through those lights, when it's cold outside, you can pop inside here and check out some of the historical side of Conner Prairie. But I'm Holly, join us. We'll start with the lights outside, talk about those. There's racing, there's some John Deere stuff, football, of course, basketball. Talk about those lights and how they got here as well.
Yeah, those lights are so special. They came from the Reynolds family, and I know for several years people used to enjoy the tradition of driving through the lights, and now they are here at Conner Prairie and they can walk through them. We've seen a marriage proposal or two during a Merry Prairie out around the lights, but that's just one of many of the experiences here at a Merry Prairie holiday.
And talk about where we're at. We're in the historical side of things right now in a really cool house, the Campbell House.
This is what really makes a Merry Prairie and Conner Prairies so special is right now we are in historic holidays, and we have just walked in during the Campbell party, Christmas Eve soiree. So this is an incredible opportunity to come in and talk to the residents of Prairie Town as they prepare for the holiday.
The cool part about here at Conner Prairie, Friday through Sundays through December 22nd, come out here and enjoy the holidays. Again, it is family friendly. But for now, Conner Prairie, I'm Colin Bailey for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
Penn State will have plenty of fans in the city when the Nittany Lions take on Oregon in Saturday's Big Ten championship game. Fans already have a home away from home at a popular local restaurant. News 8's Angela Morian taps into the story.
Indianapolis is expecting thousands of Penn State fans in town for the Big Ten championship this weekend. But right here on 42nd Street at Hoagies and Hops, dozens of alumni and friends join together to watch the Nittany Lions every week during the year.
I have Eagles fans that come in on Sundays, but these guys that come in and cheer on Penn State are a whole new light. I even have one of my guys in the back the one day say, did they score a touchdown? Oh no, they just went 2 yards. I'm like, hey, that is how crazy these Penn State fans are about their football.
Owner Christina Mazza has built a small sliver of State College right here in Indianapolis, and the Penn State family continues to support.
Without fail, we get somebody who's traveling through the area and they found our post, and somebody came in from Boston, somebody came in from Florida just to sit down, and they love the atmosphere.
I love how they come in for their first time all dressed up, and then when they say, thank you for bringing me a taste of home, that is exactly why I left running multiple restaurants to start my own business.
From Penn State themed menu items and tailgate platters, even a special hot chicken sandwich named after the State College bar Lion's Den. Hoagies and Hops is ready to party as Penn State makes its first trip back to Indy since 2016.
I am from Southeast Pennsylvania, so to just, be able to give people their Pennsylvania grub to cheer on their Pennsylvania Penn State team, it's going to be awesome.
I expect a lot of fans to be in town. I expect to hear a lot of "We Are's" cheers going on downtown, and certainly at Christina's location as well. I'm not sure that the Broad Ripple area is going to understand what hit them this weekend.
Hoagies and Hops is open late all weekend to help celebrate the big game. Angela Morian, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook for updates.
We have more coverage on Wish TV as we get ready for the big game Saturday night. You can catch our all-access Indy Big Ten Championship show tonight at 6:30. The St. Elmo's Shrimp Cocktail Eating Championship is also back downtown as a part of the Big Ten Championship weekend. It's happening Saturday, and after winning the first 8 shrimp cocktail eating competitions, Westfield's very own Joey Chestnut is trying to, again, reclaim the championship belt this Saturday. He joined us on Daybreak to talk about the competition.
Yeah, this is a special contest. It's hot dogs are completely different. It's a different game. This one you have to have a tolerance for this sauce is intense.
Yeah.
I'll be crying. After the first shrimp, I'll start crying. Then I just have to ignore every feeling and just find a rhythm and keep eating.
Yeah, I can imagine it's a totally different ball game. So in 2018, you set a record, right? How many pounds of shrimp?
Just over 18 pounds of shrimp.
Which was what, like 45 of these?
Oh yeah, it was like 40. It was so many.
So how do you go into this competition? Because you've had a few years where someone else has won.
Yeah,
so what's your different method now?
Thanks for reminding me. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all right. No, losses are good every now and then, and now I'm hungry. It's made me hungry, and I'm coming in, and I know I can improve, and I Dude, it's going to be exciting. I know the audience is going to push me. The fans are going to be yelling at me and not letting me get lazy. The last couple of years, I was lazy. I had an injured leg, and I don't know why I was lazy last year, but I can find an excuse. But it's going to be great.
You can see that contest at the Big Ten Tailgate Town on South Street at 3:30 in the afternoon on Saturday. The winner gets $3,000 and bragging rights. This has been your News 8 Daily from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on wishtv.com and follow us on Facebook for updates.
With Credit Karma, finding the right credit card for you is easy. Our app analyzes user profiles to suggest personalized recommendations. Visit creditkarma.com today to explore cards tailored to your needs. Credit Karma, simplifying your financial choices. You know that feeling when your favorite brand really gets you? Deliver that feeling to your customers every time. Memorable moments like these are key to building your business and your brand. Klaviyo turns your customer data into real-time connections across AI-powered email, SMS, and more, making every moment count, so you can continue to build smarter, more meaningful relationships with your customers. Build smarter digital relationships with your customers and make every moment count with Klaviyo. Learn more at klaviyo.com/BFCM.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.